Hey guys, I had a hold on this National Geographic Kids Volcanoes book, and it just came in. And I was so excited that I decided to sit down and read it right now. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is Volcanoes by Anne Schreiber. She also wrote that shark book we just read. It is published by National Geographic and is read with their permission. Are you guys ready? I'm really enjoying these. I'm learning a lot. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is all about volcanoes. And again, here we have our lovely table of contents. So if we wanted to jump forward, we could do that. If we wanted to see something about, the true story of Crater Lake, we could just skip right forward to page 22, but we're not going to do that. We're going to keep going. Where's the next page? There we go. Okay, let me get myself out of the way. Mountains of fire. Ash and steam pour out of the mountain. Hot melted rock rises up inside the mountain. Suddenly, a spray of glowing hot ash shoots out. It is an eruption. More melted rock is forced out. It spills down the side of the volcano in a burning hot river. Anything that cannot move is burned or buried. Here we have a word blast. Eruption. When magma, which is our hot melted rock, reaches Earth's surface, some eruptions are explosive. So they may not all be. Sometimes they might just dribble out, but other times they're explosive out and go everywhere. And a joke. What did the volcano eat for lunch? Answer, ashed potatoes. Not mashed potatoes, but ashed potatoes. This is the Kimanura volcano in Zaire. Hot rocks. When magma comes out of the earth, it is called lava. The lava hardens. Ash and rock pile up, and a volcano is born. See, here's the magma chamber down here. Here we have lava flowing down. Here's the vent where it comes out, and the stuff that goes in the sky is the ashes. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, it is hot enough to melt rock. When rock melts, it becomes a thick liquid called magma. Sometimes it puddles together in the magma chamber. Sometimes it finds cracks in the rocks to travel through. If magma travels through a crack to the surface, the place it comes out is called a vent. Oh, and now we get these definitions here in our word blast. Magma, thick, liquid, melted rock. Whoop. Magma chamber, a space deep underground filled with melted rock, which we saw over here in this picture. Vent, any opening in Earth's surface where volcanic materials come out. Shaky plates. Where do cracks and vents in the earth come from? The land we live on is broken into pieces called plates. The plates fit Earth like a puzzle, like this. They are always moving a few inches every year. When they pull apart or smash together, look out. One place where the Earth's plates smash together is called the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It is the longest mountain range on Earth. Oh my goodness, why haven't we heard of it? Because most of it is underwater. Look, here it is. So it's right here between South America and Africa, and then up here between North America and Europe. Look at that. So that's called the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. This picture shows the gap that forms when plates pull apart. This is in Iceland, in Thingvellir. Why don't volcanoes eat dinner? Answer, their plates are broken. An island is born. What happens when two plates pull apart? They make a giant crack in the earth. Magma can rise up through these cracks. This even happens underwater. Look at this picture. This is underwater, and that is hot lava coming out of a crack underwater. About 60 million years ago, an underwater volcano poured out so much lava, it made new land. A huge island grew right in the middle of the ocean. Lava formed the country of Iceland. About 50 years ago, people saw smoke coming out of the ocean near Iceland. A new island was being born right before their eyes. That would be so cool. They called it Surtsey after the Norse god of fire. Look at that. There's where it is. So cool. Who takes care of baby volcanoes? They're magmas instead of their mamas. They're magmas. Volcano jokes. The ring of fire. What happens when plates bump into each other? Maybe a mountain will be pushed a little higher. Maybe a volcano will erupt. There may be an earthquake or a tsunami or both. The edge of the Pacific plate is grinding into the plates around it. The area is called the Ring of Fire. Many of Earth's earthquakes and volcanoes happen in the Ring of Fire. So what is a tsunami? Let's look at our word blast. Large waves created by events like earthquakes and landslides. That's a tsunami. But they're not just like big, let's go surfing on the big waves. They're really big waves. And here is the ring of fire where the Earth's plates are. Oh, these purple lines show us where different plates divide up. And then if you see these dots, these red dots are active volcanoes. And these little guys are the mountains. So there's some mountains where they're being pushed together, where those plates are grinding together. Look at that. Cool. And here we are in California. We're part of the Ring of Fire. Oh, what is the most dangerous jewelry? Answer, the Ring of Fire. Postcards from the ring. I lava you from Mount Merapi in Indonesia. Miss you very much. Karamiski Volcano in Kamchatka. Having a hot time in the Andes. This is in Ecuador. Tungurahua volcano. Wishing you a great day from the Cascade Mountains in Washington State. That's Mount St. Helens. Meet a volcano or three. Not all volcanoes are the same. What kind they are depends on how they erupt. The lava from a shield volcano is hot and liquid. Rivers of lava flow from the volcano's vents. These lava flows create a gently sloping volcano. The Hawaiian myth of Pele tells the story of how Pele, goddess of earth and fire, built a home on Mauna Loa. Violent volcanic eruptions are said to be Pele losing her temper. Hot fact. Olympus Mons on Mars is a shield volcano. It is the largest volcano in our solar system. Seen from above, it is round like a shield. Look at that. And then this picture is Mauna Loa. Here's our joke. How did the volcano see at night? It used a lava lamp. Okay. A cone volcano has straight sides and tall, steep slopes. These volcanoes have beautiful eruptions. Hot ash and rocks shoot high into the air and lava flows from the cone. One day, a cone volcano started erupting in a field in Mexico. It erupted for 9 years. When it stopped, it was almost as high as the Empire State Building in New York. Here it is. It's Paricutin volcano. See that? That's in Mexico. Even though Paricutin stopped exploding in 1952, the ground around it is still hot. Wow. Scientists guess that Paricutin spit out 10 I'll have to re-record it. Sorry, guys. That was my dog. My husband was at the door, and so the dog decided to bark at her. Anyway, scientists guess that Paricutin spit out 10 trillion pounds of ash and rock. That's pretty amazing. And I can't believe that more than 50 years later, the ground around it is still hot. That tells you how hot that magma must be. Ooh, a new kind. Stratovolcano is like a layer cake. First, the lava shoots out and coats the mountain. Then come rock and ash. Then more lava. The mountain builds up with layers of lava, rock, and ash. So that's why they call it like a layer cake. It's got those layers in it. There's a myth about Vulcan. Oh, meet Mount Etna. There's a myth about Vulcan, a Roman god of fire and iron. He lived under Vulcan Island near Mount Etna. Every time Vulcan pounded his hammer, a volcano erupted. The word volcano comes from the name Vulcan. That makes sense. So Mount Etna is in Italy. Look at that. That looks really cool. The true story of Crater Lake. Crater Lake may seem like a regular lake, but it is actually a stratovolcano. It was once a mountain called Mount Mazama. Now it is a deep, clear lake in Oregon. An explosion over 6,000 years ago blew the top off of Mount Mazama. Lava, dust, and ash swept down the mountain. The mountaintop fell in, and a giant caldera was formed. I bet that's in our word blast. Let's look. Word blast, caldera. A caldera is formed when the top of a volcano caves in. Well, that makes sense. The mountaintop fell in and a giant caldera was formed. Over time, the caldera, a crater, filled with water. It is the deepest lake in the United States. I had no idea. Oh, look, after the mountain collapsed, there were more eruptions. In one, a small cinder cone of ash and lava was formed. This cinder cone pokes out of the lake. It is called Wizard Island. That's kind of cool. Here's our joke. How do you cross Crater Lake? Answer, in a volcanoe instead of a volcano, or a canoe, a volcanoe. Volcanoes rock. Oh, now I get to figure out how to say these things. Name, pahoehoe. How it forms. Fast, hot, liquid lava hardens into smooth, rope-like rock. Special power, it hardens into beautiful and weird shapes, known as lava sculptures. How it forms. The crust on top of lava hardens into sharp mounds of rocks. Special power, it can actually cut right through the bottom of your shoes. Stay off the Pele's hair, how it forms. Lava fountains throw lava into the air where small bits stretch out and form glass threads. Wow, I think that'd be cool to see. Special power. These, come back. These strands of volcanic glass are super thin and long, just like hair. Small tear-shaped pieces of glass called Pele's tears sometimes form at the end of Pele's hair. And then pumice. Pumice forms in a big explosion. Molten rock can get filled with gas from the volcano. When the lava hardens, the gas is trapped inside. So then you'll see little bubbles inside it where the gas was trapped. Special power. The gas makes rocks so light they can float on water. So see this person holding this? And it looks like it's a ginormous rock and they must be super strong. It's pumice. So it's got holes in it, so it's much lighter than it looks like it would be. Volcanic record breakers. My dog really wants to be part of this reading. See, there she is. Volcanic record breakers. Indonesia. A string of islands in the Ring of Fire has more erupting volcanoes than anywhere else on Earth. The place with the most volcanic activity is not on Earth, though. It is on Io, one of Jupiter's moons. The 1883 explosion of Krakatoa was the loudest sound recorded in recorded time. People heard the explosion over 2,500 miles away. Anak Krakatoa, which means child of Krakatoa, is a volcano that was born in 1927 where Krakatoa used to be. Mount Etna is the largest active volcano in Europe. That's the one that we saw on the other page that was from Italy. And over here you see there's Java Island, and that's in Indonesia. Oh, joke. What did the astronomer say about the volcanoes on Io? That's the Jupiter moon one. They're out of this world. Hotspots. Do you want to visit somewhere really hot? Check out these hotspots. Places on Earth where magma finds its way through the Earth's crust. Hotspots are heated by volcanic activity. The Hawaiian Islands are all volcanic mountains. They start on the seafloor and poke out above sea. Kilauea in Hawaii is still erupting. As long as it keeps erupting, the island of Hawaii keeps growing. Isn't that cool? On Kyushu Island in Japan, some people use the hot springs to boil their eggs. Take a bath with the monkeys in Japan. Look at that. Could you imagine if you were sitting there in the nice warm water and you looked over and that's what was staring at you? In Iceland, you can swim in pools heated by volcanoes. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Exploding ending. If you visit Yellowstone National Park, you will be standing on one of the biggest supervolcanoes on Earth. Yellowstone sits on an ancient caldera. Remember, we learned that word a few pages back. Magma still bubbles and boils a few miles below ground. Yellowstone has a lot of geysers, more than 300. The magma below Yellowstone caldera heats underground water. The water boils and bursts to the surface as geysers, spraying steam and hot water high into the air. Go to Yellowstone, see the earth in action. I would like to see that. I've never seen that before. That's cool. Oh, here we are at the end, and let's go back through our words. So the caldera, a caldera is formed when the top of a volcano caves in. Magma, that's thick, liquid, melted rock. Magma chamber, a space deep underground filled with melted rock. Tsunami, large waves created by events like earthquakes and landslides. You can kind of just see it in that picture there. Eruption, when magma reaches Earth's surface, some eruptions are explosive. But remember, some are more like a flowing river. Vent, any opening in Earth's surface where volcanic materials come out. I hope you guys enjoyed this book all about volcanoes and hopefully maybe learned a new fact or two. See you soon.